Hey eBay sellers, it's Suzanne A. Wells. Thanks for coming back for another video. And I want to talk to you a little bit about luck versus skill on eBay. Just about every day I see posts on Facebook groups or in the YouTube comments about, do you have any luck selling XYZ? Do you have luck doing this with your eBay store? And I'd like to just talk about luck versus skill when it comes to a business, because these are very different things. And if you're not getting the results you want, there are ways to be more successful, and it has nothing to do with luck. It has to do with developing your skill in selling on eBay, because online selling, reselling is the same as any other skill you have to develop, whether it's playing a musical instrument, becoming an athlete, whatever it is you're trying to learn to do. It takes a lot of practice. If you're in this business to make money, you want to learn to hone your craft so that you are relying more on skill rather than luck. So let's talk about what is luck and why you really shouldn't be using that word in reference to your business. Luck is defined as success or failure apparently brought on by chance rather than one's own actions. Luck includes things like, you're lucky the tornado didn't hit your house, or you're lucky you got a front parking spot when you went to the thrift store, or random events like flipping a coin. You're lucky it was heads when you had called heads, or the roulette wheel is pure luck. There's no skill involved in that. On the other hand, skill is defined as the ability to do something well, expertise. So the game of chess is skill. Things like poker, some sports, and business are a combination of luck and skill. Based on my experience, it is my firm belief that to be successful on eBay, it's 80% skill, 20% luck, because you do have to be in certain situations where you can capitalize on luck if it presents itself to you. For example, you would be lucky you live near a lot of good thrift stores. I'm in Atlanta and there's thrift stores on every corner. There's so much abundance here. I never have a problem finding things. So it is lucky for me, that's where I live and I can source my products here. But that's something you could change if you were able to move to a place that provided more resources for sourcing for this business, or travel to a closer city, plan that out. You could change that. You could be lucky that you just happened upon this great item in the thrift store before anybody else got it. But part of that is also skill, because it's about what you know. You don't know how many sellers have walked past that item and left it there. And your knowledge may be more advanced to where you know what that item is and you know it sells for a lot of money when other people don't. So when you say, oh, you're so lucky you found that, well, maybe not. Maybe it's a matter of knowing to look for it in the first place, which is more of a skill. So skill on eBay involves expertise, experience, practice, and some being in the right place at the right time. But skill also involves taking action and using your intuition when you're in a situation. You can be the most experienced person in the world, but if you don't take action when you get those intuitive nudges to do things, then your business won't be as successful. If you take different sellers and put them in the same situations, put them in the same thrift stores at the same time of day, let's say you took a group of 10 sellers to one thrift store. They would all pick different things to sell because what they're choosing is based on their expertise, their experience, what they like to sell. So when you put these questions up on Facebook or in the YouTube comments about, oh, I don't ever have luck selling that. Sometimes you're comparing apples to oranges, because that person who sold that item for so much money has more experience. They're more skilled. They know more than you. So it's not so much about luck as it is about skill. There's a book by Malcolm Gladwell called Outliers, and he talks about luck versus skill. And one part talks about the 10,000 hour rule. And what he's explaining is that experts in their fields, whether it's musicians or actors, anyone with a talent, or business people, whatever it is that you're an expert at, most of them have 10,000 hours of practice and or experience doing whatever it is they do. So if you're new to eBay, that's what you need to work on, is your experience. Don't dwell so much on, I'm not lucky, these other people are so much luckier than me. No, it's about skill and knowing how to apply your knowledge as you move forward in your business. Now, in my experience, I have found that luck is a state of mind. It's how you look at the world in general. It's how you deal with uncertainty, because uncertainty leads to opportunity. The bottom line is that luck is the ability to create the right circumstances for yourself so that the outcome is favorable. So I'm going to give you 10 ways to improve your luck on eBay and maybe change your mindset about this, because anyone can be successful doing this if you apply yourself and you take action. Okay, the first tip is you have to be willing to take risks. And I can't stress this enough. If you look at successful entrepreneurs over the history of time, you'll see that they failed many times, but they were willing to take a risk. Failure is just a stepping stone to success. You have to go through that. So if you're not willing to do things wrong or to learn from your mistakes, then eBay might not be for you, because it is a learning process that takes time. Successful people have failed all along the way, but they're the ones that are willing to get back up after they fail and keep going and try again and again and again until they accomplish what they want to achieve. Okay, the second tip is take action. I can't tell you how many people over the years I have tried to help with an eBay business because they saw how it could work. They saw me being successful. I laid out the steps for them, told them exactly what to do, but they didn't follow through. They didn't take action. So you've got to work on your business every day. You've got to be listing things every day and be in the business all the time and be taking action, because you're not going to get results if you just sit around and wait for it to happen. You've got to be actively working on it all the time. Okay, the third tip is to be positive and optimistic about the outcome. Your attitude is everything. If you believe you can be successful, you will. Whatever your attitude is what you're going to get out of life. Let me share a little story with you real quick. This is called the parable of the two villages. A man who was traveling came upon a farmer working in his field and asked him what the people in the next village were like. The farmer asked, "What were the people like in the last village you visited?" The man responded, "They were kind, friendly, generous, and great people." The farmer said, "You'll find the people in the next village are the same." Then another man came along and came up to the same farmer and asked what the people in the next village were like. Again, the farmer asked, "What were the people like in the last village you visited?" The second man responded, "They were rude, unfriendly, dishonest people." The farmer said, "You'll find the people in the next village are the same." So the moral of that story is you get what you look for. If you expect to be successful and things to go well and opportunities to come your way, they will. If you think eBay's out to get you, their fees are too high, this is never going to work, I can't do it, that's what you're going to get. So your attitude is everything. And along those same lines, the fourth tip is believe you will see a positive outcome. If you believe that failure is not an option, this is going to work, I'm going to put the work into it and make it happen, that's what you're going to get. So you have to believe that it will work. Okay, the fifth tip is use your intuition and listen to your gut feelings. This is something that comes with time. And by time, I mean at least a year of buying and reselling. I've been doing this since 2003. So I have developed a sense of what could sell for a lot of money, what to leave behind. And you're going to develop that as you move along. But a big part of this, if you talk to successful sellers, is they listen to their intuition. They'll say, oh, I just had a gut feeling this was going to work. I just had a gut feeling about that. There was no comps on eBay. I couldn't find anything to compare it to. I just had a feeling. And you need to listen to that. Take that into consideration, because that's like the universe talking to you. It's telling you, do this, take action. I'm putting this in front of you. And listen to your gut feelings. Okay, the sixth tip is be open to new ways of doing things. Many successful people got that way because they were brave enough to do something different and new that they knew deep down would work. People like Steve Jobs, Ray Kroc, Walt Disney. Lucky people take the path less known and encounter opportunities. And that kind of goes along with your gut feelings. If you just know, it's a knowing inside of you, this is going to work, I can make this successful, then that's what you go with. You don't worry about what other people are telling you. There are some great movies on Netflix about these very situations. There's one called The Founder about Ray Kroc, who started McDonald's, actually, who bought it and then made it what it is today. And it was a gut feeling he had about how to do it. Same thing with Walt Disney. There's a great movie about him, a documentary that explains, people told him he was crazy, it would never work. He was trying to do things a different way. And look at Disney today. Look at the huge empire it is today. So as an entrepreneur, you have to be open to new ways of doing things. Like when eBay changes the rules, you have to just embrace it and say, okay, this is different now. Let's see how this works out. And don't spend your time worrying, obsessing, discussing all these changes that you can't do anything about. Roll with it and move forward. Okay, the seventh tip is don't dwell on bad or negative events. When you dwell on failure and negativity, that takes away your power. Negativity puts you in the passenger seat rather than the driver's seat. It makes you a victim rather than the captain of your ship. And this can be terrible on social media. Facebook groups where people just whine and complain and gripe about eBay, or this isn't working, or my sales are slow, and just get over it. Keep moving forward. Do what you can do in your power to keep your business moving forward. If sales are slow, great. Get more stuff and get it listed for when they're not slow, you're going to have more to sell. Dwelling on things and being the victim makes you powerless. And you will not ever be able to build anything successful when you see yourself as a victim. Okay, the eighth tip is to set up the odds in your favor. That means you need to do the work, have the right mental attitude, and be willing to take risks and take action. Successful people know how to set up the odds in their favor so that things will work out for the best. Okay, the ninth tip is surround yourself with successful people. You're going to take on their energy. This can be any way you want to do it. This can be reading books. This can be watching YouTube videos, people that you like that encourage you. This can be people in your real life. Sometimes you are stuck with negative people in your real life and you can't escape them. I've been in that situation. So you have to make a concentrated effort to surround yourself with positivity, reading books, going to like meetup groups where it's other people that you can network with, or what you play on the TV, or what you listen to on the radio, or what you listen to on YouTube. Choose things that are positive and are going to move you in the right direction, because your environment is going to influence your attitude, and that's really important. So you just have to block out all that negative noise, carefully, mindfully choose things, influences that are going to move you in the right direction. And the 10th tip is practice gratitude for what you already have. When you think things aren't going well, stop and think about what you've already done, what you've already accomplished, what you've already had. Even if it's things like, oh, I have a comfortable bed to sleep in, or I'm so thankful I can do this business when my kids are at school, or I'm so grateful for eBay for giving the opportunity for me to do this. I'm so glad this is available. I'm so happy I've made this much money so far this month. The more you appreciate things, the more the universe is going to send you things to appreciate. So this goes along with having a positive attitude and those negative influences. We always, always, always have something to be grateful for. And sometimes you have to work a little to find it. But when you get in the practice of practicing gratitude every day, you'll see that you'll get sent more things to be thankful for, and the direction of your success is going to change. So I hope you found these tips helpful. And again, my personal experience is eBay is 80% skill, 20% luck. Yes, there is some being in the right place at the right time, but you've got to have enough skill and knowledge and experience to be able to recognize when you've got some good luck in front of you, and be able to take the risk and be willing to take action to make things happen. So let's stop saying I'm having bad luck on eBay, or I don't have any luck selling this, and let's work on our skills and our experience so that things will go in a more positive direction. Would love your comments below. Thanks for watching, and have a profitable and productive day on eBay. Bye.